So, if you're using GoHighLevel, you know the dream, right? This one single platform that's going to run your entire sales and marketing operation. But what happens when that dream starts to feel a little, well, boxed in? Today, we're going to talk about how to unlock what GoHighLevel can really do. And it's not by ditching it, but by building bridges to other tools. It's a whole new way of thinking that turns it from just another tool into a true operating system for your business. And hey, let's be real. The promise is awesome. I mean, this user gets it. The whole idea of an all-in-one sales and marketing tool is exactly why so many of us jumped on board in the first place. It's supposed to be the command center for everything. But then reality sets in. You start bumping up against the edges of what the platform can do. As this other user puts it, things can get definitely clunky. You run into bugs, you get frustrated. It's a story I hear all the time. The platform is so powerful, but at the same time, you just keep thinking, man, I wish I could just do this one more thing. So you've hit that wall. Your business needs some kind of custom feature or some logic that GoHighLevel just doesn't have built in. And the first temptation is to think, okay, maybe it's time to find something new. But what if the answer isn't to leave? What if it's to completely rethink how you're using it? This brings us right to the heart of the matter, what I call the all-in-one dilemma. We're going to spend a minute here just breaking down that gap between the big promise of the platform and the, sometimes frustrating reality. I mean, this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? It's the two sides of the Go High Level coin. You have people who see the incredible potential and are running their whole business on it, and right next to them, you have people who are just buried in support tickets. Even the workflows, the very heart of the system, are described as both powerful and overwhelming. It's this brilliant yet frustrating contrast that defines the experience for so many. Okay, so how do we solve this? Well, the answer isn't a new tool. It's a new mindset. We're going to introduce an idea here of treating Go High Level not as the only tool you use, but as the central hub that connects everything else together. And it really all boils down to these three little words: hub, not universe. Just stop trying to think of Go High Level as the entire galaxy for your business. Instead, think of it as the sun, the powerful center that everything else can just orbit around. I'm telling you, this one little shift in perspective, it changes everything. So this is what we're talking about. It's called the hub and spoke model, and the definition is super simple. Go High Level is your hub. It handles all the core stuff, your contacts, your CRM, your basic marketing. But then for the really specialized jobs, you connect these external spokes, which are best-in-class tools designed to do one specific thing incredibly well. So here's what that actually looks like. Go High Level is your hub, but you need some crazy complex logic or need to connect two apps that just won't talk to each other? Boom, that's a job for Zapier. Need powerful global payment processing with killer reporting? That's a spoke for Stripe. Got a whole sales team and need complex scheduling? Calendly is your spoke. You can even plug in ChatGPT to do things like calculate custom quotes on the fly. Okay, theory is great, but let's make this real. We're going to walk through an actual case study using Zapier as one of our spokes. We're going to build a custom quote workflow that is just flat out impossible to create using only Go High Level's own tools. So here was the problem, and this came straight from a user on Reddit. They needed to take a survey submission, with all the details like square footage and what a client needs, and use that info to calculate and send a totally custom quote. Go High Level's internal math and logic, it just can't handle that kind of dynamic calculation. But with the hub and spoke model, totally possible. Check this out. It starts in the GHL hub. A lead submits the survey. Then, GHL uses a webhook to just shoot that data out into the world. Now the spokes take over. Zapier catches that data, passes the important bits over to ChatGPT to do the heavy lifting and calculate the quote. ChatGPT then sends the finished quote right back to Zapier, which then pushes it back into a custom field on the contact record inside Go High Level. It's this perfect, seamless loop where every tool does exactly what it's best at. And the result? It's kind of magical. You've just built a workflow with custom AI-powered logic that is way outside of what Go High Level can do by itself. You've basically extended its brain without ever having to leave the ecosystem, and that opens the door to pretty much limitless automation. All right, let's talk about another critical spoke: payments. I know Go High Level has a built-in option, but we're going to dig into why you might want to connect a powerhouse like Stripe for payments that are more robust and can actually scale with you. And it's a fair question, right? Wait, Go High Level already has payment tools, so why would I add another one? And the answer really comes down to specialization and scale. As your business gets bigger and more complex, you need the right tool for the right job. Let's just break it down. GHL's native payments are fantastic if your setup is simple. You're selling one product with a basic checkout, it's easy, it works, you're good to go. But what if you need to manage complex subscriptions or get really deep financial reporting, or you want to take payments from all over the world? Well, that's when integrating Stripe directly as a spoke gives you all that power and direct control. For our last example, let's hit another core business need, scheduling. And just like with payments, this is one of those areas where knowing when to use the native tool versus a dedicated spoke can make a huge difference in how your business actually runs. Again, it's about choosing the right tool. The native GoHighLevel calendar is great for standard one-on-one booking. It's built right in, it's simple, it's included. But what if you have a whole sales team and you need to route leads to the next available person based on specific rules? Or you have really complex availability across different time zones? That's where a dedicated spoke like Calendly just shines. It offers those advanced features that totally justify having a separate subscription. So, after all this, what's the big payoff? What do you get from thinking this way? You get the power to stop fighting with your tools and start actually building your perfect custom business operating system one piece at a time. When it comes down to it, this mindset becomes your new Go High Level superpower. You can finally blow right past the platform's native limits. You get to use the absolute best tool for every single job, which creates this modular system that can scale and adapt as you grow. You're not just using a tool anymore, you're conducting an orchestra, with Go High Level right there in the center as the conductor. This right here is the path forward. By embracing this hub and spoke model, your business operating system goes from being this rigid, one-size-fits-all box to something flexible and incredibly powerful. So the only question left to ask yourself is the one you see right here. What spoke will you add next?